Yeah. What's good, guys? Your boy, Hugo the Savage, back again for another Savage Talk Live Extra. It is WrestleMania 37 edition. It is the review and the rating show of WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. You know, like that. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to everyone who got here dead on time. The reason why I took an extra 3 minutes, I was actually posting a video for you guys to go and watch. Don't watch it yet. Watch it when the stream's over. Hopefully, it should have been uploaded by then. We're going to speak to everyone in the chat. You know, like that. I missed you guys. It ain't even been that long, but you know, like that. Shout out to Mikkel. Shout out to Chris P. Fiend. Shout out to Martel Thomas. Shout out to Miles Jackson. Brother Nero in the chat. Morris, you know the way already. Simply, Morris Reigns has returned again. No gimmicks, just Morris Reigns. No, like that. Shout out to K. Sean. I see you didn't, you know, like that. You didn't want the beef at WrestleMania, so you might as well call it a truce now and acknowledge me. That's the first thing we're going to talk about today. Acknowledge me. Don't worry, I'll wait. You know, like that. Love you guys. Alexa Bliss in the chat, aka Claire, but shout out to you. You know, like that. Time to play and for pain. You know them way there. Shout out to Ashton Fuller. Missed you in the WrestleMania live stream, bro. But it's good to see you here. Shout out to Durante Savage, my guy. Oh, hail the tribal. Yeah, you know, like that. All hail the tribal chief and hail me, acknowledge me, bro. Or I'm going to get them, you know, like that. Love you guys, man. This is dope. You see how happy I am? It's madness, man. Shout out to Bracky Kaiser. You know, like that. Shout out to Love for Basketball in the cut. Don't worry, I will put everyone's comments on the screen as we go along. But for now, let me just run through this because getting a lot of love, you know, like that. Miles Jackson says, the WrestleMania 37 was amazing. Ashton, I'll tell you what, I'm so mad at WWE for booking a Fiend loss and maybe an Alexa betrayal. We're going to get into all of that for sure. But you know what I mean? You can be mad at WWE. Just don't go overboard with it because you know you're going to talk into none of that. Raw, Savage, you are the tribal chief. You know them way there, bro. Just acknowledge me as what I am, you know, like that. Brother Nero also, all hail the Savage Chief. Listen, Savage Chief, we need to make some Savage Chief merch, some Savage Shield. Listen, let me just explain something. First of all, thank you for everyone joining me at WrestleMania. Everyone who didn't join me but still left comments, thank you as well. Everyone who couldn't make it but still wanted to be there, thank you as well for the support. Listen, we're about 11,000 strong on the channel. And believe me, I look at all them numbers as people. A lot of YouTubers see them as subscribers. I don't see you as that. You are family. You are the Demon Team. We are taking over. We will take over. You know, like that. In fact, I need something off you guys, man. A lot of you, I know you go over to WWE YouTube videos. Just spam Demon Team when you're there. Just hashtag Demon Team it. Just so everyone knows we're about. People start looking. They'll start trying to find out what's going on. You know, like that. Mass Drawing King, shout out to you, bro. Hi, bro. I told you that Randy will win. Ha, 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 ha. I mean, yeah, but you only had to pick between two people, so you know what? It's not that exciting. You know, Morris, all hell, the Savage Shield. You know, like that. You have to acknowledge me and you have to acknowledge the Savage Shield. You know, them way there. WrestleMania was so amazing, says Alexa Bliss, and Tampa Bay looks awesome. It does look awesome. Brother Nero says Savage Shield merch. Listen, if you want Savage Shield merch, I will make Savage Shield merch. I just need everyone to be behind it. And we'll get it going. And what I'll do is, I love you guys that much that I will bring a few designs into a video. I'll let you guys vote on what design you want, and then I'll put it out instead of just putting it out first. We only need something simple, something basic, you know, like that. Alexa, be sorry I couldn't be on the stream. Do not be sorry, because I know the love's there. I seen that you put a comment on the video anyway. Ashton, I don't want to watch WWE YouTube videos, but I'll still comment for you. Yeah, bro, just jump over there, comment. Don't even watch the video and dip off. Comment on all of them. Hashtag Demon Team, you know, like that. Brother Nero, acknowledge me. Acknowledge, bro. Savage Shield. I'm glad Bobby Lashley and Roman retained. I'm very glad too. So, listen, before we get into this properly, this is a WrestleMania review, WrestleMania 37 review show and ratings of Night 1 and Night 2. Now, it can drag out, this can, because there were so many matches. And there's only a few I want to go into detail with. So obviously I don't normally tell you guys what to do and stuff like that. You already know how it is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a few, I don't want to call it rules, but a few ways we're going to do it just so everyone can have their comments read and everyone can give their rating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, I've got the list on my phone of all the matches. I think I've got the list of what order they're in as well. We're going to cover each one of them 2 or 3 minutes. And obviously the bigger ones, we'll cover them a little bit longer. And then while I'm explaining and giving my reasoning, just hold off on the comments for a little bit. And then once I tell everyone to hit the comment section, hit it so I can read everyone's comment. Once I tell you to give your rating, I want you to just send the number in for the rating. Don't send anything with it, just the number, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everyone's number, I'm going to add it up, I'm going to get an average, and then that's going to be the ratings at the end of the show. I'm going to put it all together. Okay? So, you know what I mean? I'll do it basics. If I see loads of 7s and a couple of 6s, but there's more 7s, 7's going to be the average, and we'll go for 7. And then when we get to the end of the show, I'll find the average for the show. I'm guessing it's going to end up being like a 7.9 or something like that for the whole show, but we'll see for sure. Brocky, sorry for not being able to watch along, but WrestleMania starts really late for me, and I watch it in the morning. I understand 100%, bro. You know, that obviously coming from the UK, I already know. Match drawing king, Edge should have won. It's Jay's fault that Roman won. No, it's Roman's fault that Roman won. You know, like that. Ashton, yeah, it will be out of 10. It will be. Also, you on the Thunderdome tonight. We'll look out for you, bro. Sasha Banks, 0 at 6 at WrestleMania. I don't like that at all, but I'm happy for Bianca Belair. Yeah, I don't mind too much. She'll win at WrestleMania eventually, obviously. Zen, shout out to Zen. Zen's here. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to get straight into it because we don't want to drag it out. As I said, guys, when I'm going to read the review of the show, try not to comment too much because I don't want to miss it. Zen, don't put the rating in yet, bro. We're not doing it like that. We're going to rate each match. Okay, we're going to rate each match. Remember that. So. First match on the card, WrestleMania Night 1, Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. Let's go. So this match, we're not going to spend too long on it, but this match was a good match. Felt a little bit weird, it being on the beginning of the card, kind of because I didn't know it was going to be there. And I do understand, like, my thing was I wanted to see Bobby retain his title in front of the crowd. He did retain it in front of the crowd. We had a weather delay. So for them guys, I felt kind of bad for them, the fact that they had to, you know, deal with that weather delay when they was already ready. They had to cut backstage promos when they really wasn't ready to cut backstage promos. So it shows what professionals these guys were, and I loved it. I really loved it. I think it was great. The match for me, it didn't underwhelm me at all. It kind of gave me everything I thought it would. And the crowd was completely better on night 1 as well. But this match, and I'm going to give it this rating because of what I've seen on McIntyre's fought everyone on Raw. And he's fought Sheamus leading up to this as well, which is another big guy. And I think I share the sentiment of what everyone else is putting in the chat as well. So I'm going to give this match, and it's based on all wrestling matches, so that's how I can put it against each other. Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre gets a 7.5 from me. I thought everything was great. I thought the finish was great. It was missing a little something, but I don't know what that was. I almost wish that they kept the Hurt Business together because I would have liked seeing that entrance at WrestleMania. If they kept the Hurt Business together and then went into the Bobby Lashley, maybe sent the Hurt Business away and said, I'll do it on my own and beat him. But he looked very, very strong at the end of it. And let's be honest, Drew McIntyre at the moment, apart from on the Raw side, is the strongest guy. Whether Bobby, even with Bobby being the champion, he's beat every single person in the last year, everyone. So 7.5 for me. In the chat, we've got 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7.6, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7. It's lots of 7s. It's 1, 6, 7, 7. Okay, so Zen, don't say sorry for it, bro. You just didn't know. It's not a problem at all. Okay, so Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. Let me write that down. And you'll see at the end of the show while I've wrote all these down because I can give it average. So 7 for the first match. Going on to the second match of the show. And I don't even know if I'm doing all these in order, actually, but it doesn't really matter. Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. Cesaro picked up the victory. I was very happy. Very happy as everyone else in the chat was. Do need to give a special shout out to Seth Rollins. He lost the match, but once again, he showed what a great opponent he was, what a great wrestler he is. And always elevating Cesaro, giving him more to fight against. And, you know what I mean? Him creating that, it made Cesaro look even greater than he was. There were some spots in the match where there was the swing from Cesaro. I think he'd done 23 swings. People do not understand how strong you have to be to do that. Honestly, try and do it with a I mean, I was about to say try and do it with a kid, but make sure the kid's yours or your little brother or something and see how long you can do it for. It's very hard. Seth done that mad spot from the top rope where we like span around. That was incredible. I love that match, and I don't want to say too much, you know what I mean? Because I can be here forever bigging up this match, but it was great from start to finish. Because I'm judging everything, I'm judging it from the entrances all the way to the end. I do wish they give Cesaro a different entrance. They didn't have to change his theme for WrestleMania, but they didn't make him seem that important. He had a different attire on, of course. But I think I go along with what everyone said in the chat. Lots of 8 out of 10s and lots of 8.5s. I'm going to give the match an 8.5 myself. So let me just get everyone's else up on the screen and make sure. There's a 9.5 here somewhere. Yeah, Marta, I'll give it a 9.5. 8 out of 10, 8.5, 8.25, 8.5, 8.5 again, 8 out of 10, 8.5, 9 out of 10, and an 8 out of 10. So I think the general consensus there is 8.5. That's the average of what we've got there for the second match. And it's a valid, I think whatever score you gave it, each person, I'm okay with that, because the reason why I didn't give it a 9 is I'm comparing it to every match, every WrestleMania match there's ever been pretty much. And for it to be a 9, I don't even think my favorite WrestleMania match is a 10. Is my favorite WrestleMania match a 10? I don't know. But anyway, that's a great thing right there. Martha Thomas as well says that's the move I'm talking about, the move off the turnbuckle. I like what Seth does this quite a lot, and when people pull out a move what they don't normally do at WrestleMania or something like that, I love it. He even hit Cesaro with a pedigree at one point in the match, which was kind of dope as well. Miles gives that 9.10 as well, 8.5 from Daniel Martin. Shout out to you, Daniel. So yeah, average on that one is 8.5 for sure. Dope. Moving on from there, now this match actually surprised me a little bit more than I thought it would. Steel cage match, Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. Yeah, this match, let's be honest, every single person who's part of the Demon team said that they didn't care about this match before. I didn't care about it either. I did put a little disclaimer at the beginning of the show saying that, I think I was talking to Brown Chang about it actually. If anyone watched the documentary on Braun Strowman on the network, what came out last year sometimes, I actually forgot when he was saying about when he was younger being bullied and stuff like that. And basically got his confidence from the gym, and people used to call him stupid and things like that. So when I took that into account, I was like, okay, this is what Shane's done then. This is what Braun's doing for the kids kind of thing. You know what I mean? Giving them confidence, giving them someone to look up to, because he done a promo after saying as much as well. And I remember when they did this with Nia Jax and Alexa. Alexa was talking about Nia Jax behind her back with Mickie James and stuff. And then Nia won at WrestleMania and he made her look. He give the kid, you know what I mean? I'm not a child. You know what I mean? I'm growing up, but he give the kid something to think about, you know what I mean? A lot of people didn't care for this match, so I do think the build has something to do with it as well. We had the great spot where Braun ripped the cage open, which was, bear in mind, Shane's on the other side. He ripped it open and pulled him through it, pulled him up to the top and tossed him off. I was scared for Shane's life. But I can't let the big spot, them two big spots just cloud my judgment. The match wasn't rubbish, but it wasn't great. And to be honest, if this match happened on SmackDown, I probably would have given it a higher marking. But the fact that it was at WrestleMania, WrestleMania is different. Morris 4.5 because of Jackson Riker. That's hilarious. So I can see a lot of 6 out of 10s, and there's a few 5s as well. Let's get it. 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 6.6. I didn't care about this match. I know that's what you have to kind of separate the fact that you're not caring about it to what happened in the match. Don't make your judgment on not caring about it, because no one cared about the Bad Bunny and the Miz match either. But we know what we're going to talk about that. So try not to take that out of it. And I'm pretty sure if everyone takes that away, it's going to be around a 6 out of 10 anyway. So 6 out of 10 as well, 6.5. 5 out of 10 for Shane Spratt, Braun ripping 5 out of 10. No, I think them spots bump it up a little bit more than anything. 6.10. This is one's very split, but as it's a lot of 6.5s and 5s out of 10, I'm going to give it. I was the first to say 5 out of 10. You was, bro. You know what I'm going to do? I can't let it cloud me being, you know what I mean, being too nice. There's way more. I'm going to give it a 6. 6 out of 10 is the average result here. It's a 6 out of 10. Yeah, 6 out of 10 for that match. No problem at all. I think, by the way, I think everyone's probably right as well. I'll give it a 6 as well. So don't worry. Let's not spend too much time on there anyway. Moving on from there, we got to talk about it. And this match shocked me in every way possible. I wasn't bored in this match at any point apart from bunny rabbits losing their ears. And then there was about 5 bunny rabbits in the ring with 1 ear, and the rest of the ears were on the floor. I will say as well, bear in mind, these wrestlers wrestled with wet floor around them. The wet mats, it was crazy because of the weather. So we have Bad Bunny and Damien Priest defeated The Miz and John Morrison. And let me tell you, I thought going into this match, once they made it a tag team, that we're going to get loads of Damien Priest beating up the other two and then tagging Bad Bunny in for a spot, for like off top rope frog splash, and then they win. That's not what happened at all. It was reversed. The match started, Bad Bunny battered everyone, and Damien Priest looked shocked at some points. There was a Canadian destroyer in there. There was these spots. He was rolling up people like a pro. He looked better than a lot of wrestlers, which is like, it's kind of crazy. For me, I have to honestly rate it as how exciting, like how excited I was and how it made me feel when I'm watching it. I'm sorry, like the way that match made me feel, the way I was excited, and I'm going to give it a 7.5. I think I'm going to give it a 7.5 in this match. You possibly could get 8 from me, but I think I gave McIntyre and Bobby Lashley a 7. I did, so I can't give this an 8. I don't think I can, but it was great. 7. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. But to be honest, I don't think my thing is going to matter much in this, because from what I can see, 7 out of 10 here. I'm going to click on the comments with the ratings on it. 6 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7.5, 8.5. Damn. 8 out of 10, 8.5, 7.5, 7.5 again, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Jesus, 7.6. Jeez, man. Well, I gotta say it. No one thought this was gonna happen, and definitely was coming up to ratings, but there's a lot more 8 out of 10s there than everything else. There's quite a few 7.5s as well, and there's a few 8.5. So I do think, based on the chat, and I'm not being, it's gonna get, if there's 7.5s and loads of 8.5s, then let's go on average, and it's 50-50 down the middle. This match gets an 8 out of 10. He gets an 8 out of 10. So, yeah, there we have it. Bad Bunny doing his thing, and then obviously on night 2 they cut that promo with, well, the little segment with Triple H just sending him away. It's crazy. It's crazy. Savage got juice. You know them way there. That geezer was moving. He was moving mad, bro. Like, he didn't even look like, if you never watched wrestling and you turned it on and you didn't know who Bad Bunny was, you just think he was part of the show. You think he was one of them 205 live geezers. So yeah, we're gonna go on to the next match. I need to check something real quick because, like I said, guys, I was putting up a video for you guys. It'll be done in about 2 minutes, I think. But you'll see it after like that anyway. So yeah, the Canadian Destroyer was amazing. Bearing in mind, he'd done it on, these guys are way bigger than Bad Bunny. And Damien Priest was amazing as well. Yeah, exactly. John Morrison has been involved in 2. That's hilarious that he's got Tony Khan's picture. I actually thought that you was Tony Khan. Because he's such a regular looking geezer. Okay, let's move on to the next match. We got the tag team turmoil match. And the winner got a shot at the tag team titles on thinking night 2. This match involved Carmella and Billie Kay, the Riot Squad, Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, Tamina and Natalya, and Lana and Naomi. I'm not going to spend that long on this match. Surely Brother Nero is trolling with the 9.10. This geezer put 9 out of 10, you know. I mean, Mandy slipped and that got me excited. I mean, that sounded mad still. Mandy slipped and it was hilarious. Please mark it properly though. Don't, you know what I mean? I know everyone's, you know what I mean? But let me just, I'm not basing it on who I wanted to win either, because that's not my decision to make. So obviously, you guys, I've been saying I thought that at some point we'll see Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke win the title. So, but no, the match itself, because we'll go on to night 2 later on, but night 2's match was way better than this one, the tag team one. So I honestly, I've 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Mainly because if there was, for me to give it less than that, there had to be a lot of botches and stuff in there. And I think Mandy Rose slipping wasn't a botch. It was literally raining outside on a ramp. Not much could do about it. And it made us all smile. So let me get into this. 7, 9 out of 10. Brother Nero doesn't mean that, by the way. Marta to 4 out of 10. 7.5 because Mandy slipped. 4 out of 10. 0 out of 10. 3 out of 10. Damn. 3.6. 2. Man, just putting it. That looks like a 8, but I'm guessing it's 2.9 out of 10. 1.95. Morris, come on, man. Rate it properly, bro. 1.95 is, I don't think there is a match like that, but you know what? If that's what you want, I'll put it. 3.10. 3 out of 10, I mean. Fair enough. I can't base it on who I think should have won, though. It's not up to me. 2.9. 4.5. Damn. Without Mandy slip, it's a 2.4. Oh my god. Shout out to you, bro. All right, obviously I can't take the 10 out of 10 serious, guys. I'm actually gonna add these up. So I'm gonna go with, what did I give it? I gave it a 5, but everyone else gave it 4s and 2s. So sadly, ladies, the average of this one is a 3 out of 10. That's crazy. No, it can't be actually 3.5, 3.5, 4, 5. 4 is the average. That's fair enough. To be honest, I can't even argue with everyone. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, from there, we might as well go on to the next tag team match. Now, I love this. I loved everything about this. First of all, I love the New Day already, so everyone knows that. I love AJ. I've always have. And Amos is great. So we got the Raw Tag Team Championships on the line. New Day versus AJ and Amos. And the whole story behind this. Now, this is proper storytelling, because people think that the story is all in the promos and the build-up. You're supposed to tell a story in the ring as well. And the story in the ring was New Day trying their hardest to keep AJ away from Amos, from tagging him. And they did it for ages in the match. Like, AJ really couldn't get there. He couldn't get there whatsoever. So it's not going to take me long on this. I love the phenomenal forearm off Amos's shoulders. I love even the camera angles when Kofi tried to drop kick Amos and he didn't move, and tried to clothesline him and Xavier didn't move, and then there was a spot with the New Day looking up at Amos to say, Jesus, we're finished here. And we had new tag team champions, which was cool as well. I've said millions of times, if the New Day didn't have the belt for a year, it wouldn't matter. They're cemented in their legacy cemented in WWE history now. AJ became a Grand Slam champion. So based on all of that, and obviously there's a bit of comedy in the match as well. And the fact that I felt how I did around the Bad Bunny match as well. So I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think that's a fair rating, I think. So, yeah, 7 out of 10 is what I'm giving it. Lots of 7.5s. Let's get it. I'm trying to make sure I don't get it mixed up with the other ones. Okay, 6 out of 10, 7.75, 7.9, 6 out of 10, 7.5, 10 out of 10. Miles, please, I hope you're putting the right ratings in, bro, because there's no way Like, I mean, you know what? If you think it's 10 out of 10, that's fine. But that means you're saying that match is better than Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania and The Rock and Austin at WrestleMania. And you know what I mean? I can go on, the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys and Edge and Christian. Come on, man. Do it properly, bro. 7.5. 6.10, yeah, definitely congratulations to AJ. 8.5. AJ didn't even know as well when he got backstage and I seen the interview that to tell him. Amos was insane. He looked like a proper monster. He looked how Braun should look, to be honest. 7.10, 6.75, 7.10. I mean, 7 out of 10, sorry. 7 out of 10 again. Minus 1.2. That is the craziest thing I've heard. You gave more to the women's turmoil match. Well, all right. 7.5. Shout out to Bradley Masamba in the chat as well. Story is perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect. Shout out to you, Nima. The match we're talking about is the Raw tag match. Just give your rating, bro, out of 10. Nah, Miles, you'd have to say sorry, bro, but I'm actually trying to add up the actual scores. I want to give it like a proper rating on these. So, shout out to Dro. We're not talking about anything else than Night One's ratings at the moment. So anything to do with Roman and Edge and Alexa and the Fiend and stuff, leave that until we get further on into the show. Shout out to Kay. Andrea, shout out to you. 8.10. I mean, 8 out of 10, sorry. Durante's gone from a minus to a 2.2 out of 10. Shout out to you for your chat, bro, but I don't know what you've seen in these matches if you're giving this tag team match an 8 out of 10. I mean, a 2 out of 10. And the other matches higher ratings. That's crazy. But Nima, 7 points. Okay, 7 out of 10. Yeah, he's massive. 7 out of 10. Okay, so I gave it a 7, but from everyone else's, it's a 7.5 on average because there's loads of 7.5s and 8s. So 7.5 we'll go with on average because a few 7s as well. 7.5 for that match. Let me get this up. Yep. 7.5. So, final match on night one was the main event. And this match was everything I was scared of this match being didn't happen. It was a beautiful match, man. I have to give this one a bit more of a review and not just go for the rating. So we had Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. The build up to this was not very good. Mainly because they kept teaming them together while they were real, acting like they loved each other. So then when Sasha turned on Bianca, we only had like 3 weeks before WrestleMania. If they were going to do this, they should have done it at the beginning when she picked Sasha to be her opponent. Sasha should have said, "Who do you think you are? How do you think that you can come and just test me like that? Why didn't you pick Asuka? You obviously think I'm the easy touch." And they should have went down that road. But this match had everything. It was great. Great spots. The emotion before the bell rang when the fans were going, "You deserve it," going crazy, and both women were crying. Like I said, not to bring anything into like race and stuff like that, but seriously, it's a massive moment. These are 2 African-American women headlining WrestleMania. I don't know if that's sunk in. It was big enough, 2 women main event in WrestleMania. But the historical events and how it's been, and there's always this thing in the world where we're still at a level where some people feel like things are equal and stuff like that. But in the WWE, the fact that even like with Biggie and Apollo, they were the first 2 African-American guys to go for Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. This is massive. They were smiling, they were crying, there were tears, there was sweat, there was blood, there was a whip of Bianca's hair to the stomach of Sasha Banks. And the fact that like everything, there's so much history. This is one of the matches that's going to be in a book. It's going to be in a book in the future. And people are going to be like, "Oh, that was the first one." You know what I mean? You don't understand. Like, obviously, women, they main evented WrestleMania 35, but it was a triple threat match. It wasn't a singles match, the women. So I honestly loved every part of this match. Obviously, Bianca's the one who picked up the victory. Seeing the excitement of her dad ringside, who looks young as hell, by the way, and tried to jump over the barricade. On the WWE network, they cut off Montez coming into the ring. So I don't know if you guys on Peacock got to see it, but I was saying at the end of the match, where's Montez? Where's Montez? And didn't show him. Then I watched it back through YouTube, and he ran into the ring and stuff. I would have loved to see him run down, give her some flowers and stuff like that. The confetti going off. They had the fireworks and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. Even like kayfabe aside, because if you guys remember me on the chat saying that this match isn't really based on like some hidden kayfabe stuff. It's just based on who's the best, and that's one thing I love about Bianca Belair. Her story forever almost can be she's just fighting people because she believes she's the best. It's not like blah blah. This story, like it's literally I'm the best. I feel like I'm the best. I'm the best athlete. After Sasha's emotion at the end of the match, losing the title, there was a smile from Sasha after, and it felt so real. It didn't even feel like you've done something dodgy. It felt like, wow, she's so impressed. And even from looking at her Instagram and stuff, she seems so proud of the match they put on. I can't say enough high stuff about it. Have I seen better WrestleMania matches? Yeah, I've seen better WrestleMania matches. But have I seen a lot of better WrestleMania matches? No. I'm going to give this rating a 9 out of 10. Simply because to get anything more needs to be like 9 out of 10 is actually a massive rating, by the way. The way I rate stuff, 9 out of 10 is massive. So she gets a 9 from me, both women. Shout out to them too. Congratulations to Bianca. I'm going to cut in and get everyone else's in here. I'm not going to click your finger on the screen. I can see them. Okay, let me get from where it started. Brother Nero gave it a 9 out of 10. Martel Thomas, 9 out of 10. Bradley Masamba, what a great match. Black Eyed White Sheep, best match for either night, 9.5 out of 10. 8.5 from Brocky, felt special. 8 out of 10. Daniel Martin, Bradley Masamba, 9 out of 10. Love for Basketball, 9 out of 10. Wrestling Fan, 8.7 out of 10. All Elite Satire, 6.8. Damn, that's a bit harsh. Alexa Bliss, 4 out of 10 because Sasha lost. Bradley, 2 out of 10 for the build-up. Yeah, we're not rating the build-up. We already know that was trash. 9.10 from Brother Nero. Bianca versus Belair. Banks versus Belair was 9.1 out of 10. Damn near perfect ending to WrestleMania. 9 out of 10 from Morris. 8 out of 10 from Gio. From Ricky Glow. Chris, 8.5 out of 10. 9 out of 10 because of the atmosphere in the match. Wouldn't be shocked if Sasha was okay with losing the belt. Ashton Fuller, 9 out of 10. Jesus, 9 out of 10 from Nima. How does the boss have a 0? Full stop. Yeah, man. Martel says 2 amazing black women making history. Yeah, best match at WrestleMania, and it's not even close. I don't believe it's not even close, but fair enough. This one was best match at WrestleMania. Montez, okay, damn, 10 out of 10. Flipping hell, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. So, damn. There's way more 9 out of 10s than there is 10s. There's about 3 10s. So I have to give this a 9.5 out of 10. My rating was going to be what it was 9. So 9.5 quite easily. And that's a special rating there because I don't remember ever doing a rating for a show and seeing a 9.5. Beautiful thing, man. Definitely going to go down in history. Definitely going to be a match that I'm going to watch again. And I can't say over the last few years, there's not been a full WrestleMania card that I've watched again as many times. You know what I mean? So that's night 1 done. So let me get on to night 2. And we're going to get onto it quite simply with this. Now, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So let's talk. We got to night 1. Night 2. All right. I did have everything written down and now it's disappeared. Okay, here we go. Night 2. Everybody ready? All right. Night 2, Women's Tag Team Championship match. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Natalya and Tamina. I'm going to cut this one pretty quick, but yeah, I'm going to cut this one pretty quick. The match surprised me a little bit because I felt it was going to be absolutely terrible, and it wasn't absolutely terrible. Yeah, I actually agree with All Elite here. He says, let me get it. We're going to quick look. 3 out of 10, 3, 5.4, 5.5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Shout out to Henry Ramirez. That's mad. 5 out of 10. Love for Basketball. Chris gives a 3.5 out of 10. Daniel, 5 out of 10. Martel, 5 out of 10. Alexa Bliss, 4 out of 10. 5 out of 10 to face off was cool. I love that face off as well, considering the families. Yeah, Nima, crazy. Okay, I'll just give you like a bit of food for thought now. Durante says 0, -5 out of 10. Okay, I'm not gonna add them kind of things up because it's just going too much, man. It's going a bit crazy. Random Musamba 6 out of 10. Okay, a little bit of food for thought. You guys, when you're giving your ratings, you need to think about what ratings you've already given. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we go back to the other tag team match, what we just done, the Turmoil one, which was actually worse than this for sure, got a 4 out of 10 on average. Now people have been putting in the chat 2 out of 10, which are the same people. This match was better than the other one, the other tag team match on night 1, for sure. I'll cut it down the middle. One of the problems I have with this tag team match is I've seen way too many of these matches leading up to WrestleMania. Honestly, every week was Shayna and Nia and Lana and Naomi for about 3 weeks. And then there was the same thing with Reginald. Then it was the same thing with Bianca and Sasha. Then it was Natalya and Tamina, tried to slip them in there real quick. And then there was Dana and Mandy Rose, and then they slipped the Riot Squad in there every now and again. So what this felt like to me was another SmackDown match. It felt like another SmackDown match, what I've already seen. Kind of crazy for me how Natalya and Tamina literally made a tag team 3 weeks ago and have won the titles. Well, they didn't win actually, so yeah, they didn't win. My bad. But they just literally slipped in and got to the thingy match. So I think I'm going to agree with Martel Thomas on this. It's a 5.4. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It's average to me. If it was a SmackDown match, it would be If it was a SmackDown match, it'd be like a 6. And the fact that it was at WrestleMania should have been much better. So I'm gonna give it a 5. But judging from everyone in the chat, there's a lot of 5s and there's a lot of 5s. There's a few 4s. There's a few 5.4s, 3s. So I think on this one, yeah, we're just gonna go with a 5 as well. That's not me. That's just maths. There's a 7.6 over here as well. Bradley, I do agree. It's almost weird. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I almost don't even count the women's tag team division as a tag division. It's not been good. It's not been good the whole time, to be honest. And the only time it seemed relevant was when Sasha and Bayley had the belts. When Iconics had the belts, they didn't defend them very much at all. People were cheering Tamina. I think people realize that and recognize when someone's been there so long. She's been there over a decade, not won a title yet. Hardly gets used and stuff. They had this thing last year when they were talking, when they started changing her stuff on Twitter and things, and looked like she's going to get a push. But I think you can see behind the scenes when you watch these documentaries, because I've seen it with Liv as well. You've seen the documentary remember when Liv came back, and then on the documentary you can see that her and Ember are about to go out and have a match, and they get pulled from the card, and then after that, the character didn't work. So I can imagine that behind the scenes, how many times Tamina's gone through that. I think I don't like her. I don't ever really like Tamina's attire, to be honest, but that's not a massive thing. She's like second generation superstar or third generation superstar. She's intimidating. I think that she has to just now maybe turn up on talking smack on her own and have a word and build on from there. But yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on this match. Yeah, like that, Big Fats. John G, I'm mad savage what happened last night between... Yeah, we're not going to go into that yet, John G. It was nice to me. It was very nice for Tamina to get a reaction. Best tag team in the WWE. Yeah. It said that, yeah, she's not won a title, man. Tamina gets no love. I mean, I'm not going to say it's sad that because then I'm pretending like I've cared the whole time. I actually haven't cared the whole time. But I just think it's crazy that that's a long time not to have a tag, any bout. The reason why I think it's crazy because in the last decade, there's been some rubbish women wrestlers. Like, let's be honest. There's been some. Don't get me wrong. All the better ones have come in the last 6 years. But there was a point where, if we're talking 2010, 2011, Tamina was better than some people on the card. Come on. So, we're not talking about Alexa or Fiend or anything like that right now, for sure. Thank you. That's I said. Sasha and Bailey, they've been the best women's tag team, and Dakota Kai and Ricardo don't even want to get into that. Tamina deserves better to be a part of the bloodline. I said straight away she should have been part of the bloodline. I really think so. Ashton says, "Can you read my comment about 5-way ladder match?" I didn't see it, bro. I didn't see it. Oh, what would have been cool is if they had a 5 tag team in the ring at the same time and do a ladder match for a briefcase, which had the contract for night 2. Very, very great idea. Seriously. I can't lie though. I don't trust all the women in the ring to not botch some stuff up with a ladder. I just don't. What do you mean we are going to go there? Don't know what you mean by that, bro. Yeah, let's get off this match because I'm spending too much time and I'm trying to read everyone's thing, but everyone's just spamming stuff about something else. So, yeah. Yeah, we've done the rating on that one already. So what did he get? 5? That's what we give it? We gave it a 5 because of the ratings. Next match on the card, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens with Logan Paul at ringside. Now, I'm going to go through this very quick. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, before the match, at any point, if you tell me Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, I'm already going to know the match is going to be great. It's just what it is. They're not going to put on less than a 7 out of 10 ever. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This match was advertised with Logan Paul. I mean, there was a point when I was thinking, is Logan Paul just going to sit there because they didn't even put him on commentary. The match was great. The match was great. There was these all these spots. I will say the match felt like it went very quick, but I don't know. It could have just been us having fun. You know what I mean? It felt like it went very quick though. Sami got stunned with the finish. He got pop-up powerbombed like instantly in the match, which is pretty dope. We got Logan coming in the ring, and we all knew once Logan turned to Kevin and started being happy for him that we knew what was going to come. I was saying it the whole stream. You all watch my reaction. That I could see him cheering for him, and was the moment Sami rolled out the ring, I was like, Logan Paul's about to get stunned. Now, after rip, I would give this match a 7 out of 10. But the way Logan sold the stunner as well, I'm going to give it a 7.5. And I don't even think that's a bad rating because I gave Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley 8. So I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. From looking for everyone in the chat as well, lots of 7.5s. So 6.3, 8.5, 7.5, 7.5, 6.5, 8.25, 7 out of 10. 7.5, 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 7.5, 7.5. Okay, this is crazy, but 7.5 again. Yeah, there's lots of 7.5s and 9 out of 10 from Spikey. Yeah, I think you can tell from the amount I've just read. I gave it a 7.5. 7.5 is the average, even just based on numbers. Lord of Darkness, can you imagine if they turned it into a triple threat match? Imagine that, man. I wouldn't put it past Logan that he's been training for ages or something like that. So 7.5 out of 10 on that match. Didn't mean too much. It was more than a conspiracy storyline and stuff like that. Bradley says there's no conclusion about the conspiracy theory. I will say that not every WrestleMania match gives a conclusion to it. It's not always an end. So yeah, I think Sami Zayn's gimmick is conspiracies now. So I don't think it's just going to end. I think he's going to move on to another person. And we haven't seen the documentary yet, and I'm waiting to see it for sure. Spike says it was a great match. It was dope still. Logan sold that stun, he really did. John G. Savage, that we're not going to go there between The Fiend and Alexa Rice at 7 out of 10. Yeah, John, we said that I asked everyone in the chat, I said already, we're talking about the matches match by match because it ruins me trying to get everyone else's comments on the screen. If I'm talking about Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens and someone's talking about Roman Reigns or someone like that. So that's the way we're doing it in the, like that. So yeah, moving on from there, we have the United States Championship match. Riddle versus Sheamus. Straight off the rip, the match is getting an 8.3 from me. It's going to get 8.5 from me. I love this match. Lord of Darkness, yeah, I did see. Did that Jimmy working out? It's not a new thing to me, honestly. So yeah, that's. Let me just get this quickly. Ashton Ware, which gym instructor is this, bro? So he passed away a day after saying we're closed. He had a heart attack in the gym. Is this from WWE? If it's not, RIP to the guy anyway, because that sounds mad. But yeah, let's get into the chat for this. 8.3 from Eric. Shout out to you, Eric. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8.5. 8.5. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8.25. Damn, yeah. 8.5. 8 out of 10. Listen. 7.5 from Nima, 7.9 from Zen. For me, everything in this match was great. Everything in this match was great. Shout out to my homeboy. 8.5, yeah, big facts. That's exactly what I gave it as well. 7.5, 9.5. I gave Sasha and Bianca 9.5. So no, I didn't. I gave him a 9, but the average wasn't. Sup Savage, shout out to you, Jeff. Sheamus won a good match. I'm interested in seeing Sheamus was fake. 8.10. Yeah, I think John G gives it 8.5 as well. I'm gonna say straight off the bat. I mean, if anyone wants the future of Ricochet to happen, then I think down the line, Ricochet probably get a title shot, and I'm on about in months to come, and then gets that. But the match had everything for me. Sheamus was just brutal. He's been in the best shape of his life, physically, mentally, in the ring, in-ring psychology. You can tell that he's an experienced veteran. Nima, I don't think this should be a thing, bro. I don't think 7.5 because of the white noise botch. It's not like he botched him and dropped him. He just slipped and then carried on holding him and gave him a white noise in the ring. So I'm not going to mark him down for stuff like that because the slip could have been based on anything. So. The gym instructor from that Sammy and Logan skit had a heart. Oh, what? Nah, don't say that, bro. Okay, I don't want to get distracted. I'll talk about it after. That can't be. Jeez, man. Yeah, Zen. This is exactly what I said. Yeah, exactly. He carried on holding. That's quite. You know how strong you have to be to slip from the top rope holding someone and still hold. Listen, Sheamus has been doing bits for the last months, bro. Like ever since he returned, the Jeff Hardy stuff. I didn't like the storyline, but his matches were great. Keith Lee, Biggie, Drew McIntyre. He's been killing it, bro. Yo, Sheamus is a great. He was great, bro. The ending was amazing. Yeah, the bro kick with Sheamus. Sheamus been putting on some of his best matches recently, bringing and taking bare punishment. Yeah, exactly. Because when Sheamus has been losing, he's been making other people look great. I'm sold on this one. I'm sticking with my 8.5. From the chat, there's a lot of 8.5s as well. So that's the average we're going to go with on this one. Like I said, I'm going to do it and I'm adding back up. Yeah. Next one on the card. Okay, this is a weird one because we have Big E versus Apollo Crews. The match was great. I don't think it was as great as the Riddle versus Sheamus match, but straight after Rip, I'm going to give it eight out of 10. It was basically a hardcore match. It was basically no holds barred match. The only problem in this match was the name of the match. This Nigerian drum match was there for the sake of it. The drums were at ringside for the sake of it. Not one drum was used in this match. No one played the drum. No one used the drum. No one got hit with a drum. No one fell into a drum. No one hit the head off a drum. It was just a drum. Like the drums are just there. So it wasn't a Nigerian drum match. It was a no holds barred match. I just don't know what to say on it. Everything in the match was great. Big E, I'm still trying to figure out to this day how he does that spear through the ropes and doesn't hurt himself. I'm still trying to figure out. There's that spot where Big E, when he dropped Apollo on the stairs on Apollo's arm. Oh, dangerous, man. And then obviously we had Dabba-Kato fly out at the end, looking like an African general and that, looking like General Z's and that, you know, them way there, Babatunde style. But yeah, man, I think this is actually crazy because I remember I don't want to give too much away from, you know what I mean, so don't go spamming it. But I tried to get Dabba-Kato on the show to do an interview. And I was busy with the performance center because of the time difference and stuff, so I couldn't get him on there. So it's actually great to see him, you know what I mean? But it's gonna be dope because now Apollo's won the title and he's got a massive guy next to him, this general, and yeah, I can't wait. People are saying in the chat, Dabba-Kato's fake Nigerian accent is gonna be like, well, but he is half Nigerian, so you know what I mean. He might be all right with doing it, but he's half Nigerian, so I did half Nigerian, half Polish. So beginning to laugh, but it's not far off his real life, and I love that because that means for me that probably behind the scenes they share something in common and probably spoke about it loads of times. There was stair spots, kendo stick stuff. I don't want to go over the top of it, but I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 because I thought the match was good. But I did feel like the match was really fast. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that match. But I think, yeah, man, General Aziz coming out and doing his thing. 8.7, Apollo took that. Yeah, bruv. That bump what Apollo took on the stairs reminded me of RIP and that, but the Bludgeon Brothers, what they did to Xavier, that's what it reminded me of. 7 out of 10. Yeah, Bradley Musomba, he was Dabba-Kato, he was Shane's right-hand man. Babatunde specials and that. 5.9, most of the weapons weren't used, and I don't like Babatunde's involvement. Fair enough. I'm not gonna score it down for most of the weapons not being used because it wasn't, you know what I mean? It was marked as a Nigerian drum match. So if you're marking it down for the drums not being used, that's fair enough. But the rest of the weapons, I don't think that's a fair thing to do because it wasn't sold as a weapons match. It wasn't sold as anything like that, apart from the drums. 8 out of 10, yeah, 6.5. It was short and they didn't use any of the stuff. Fair enough. That's the same thing I just said though as well. The drums were a bit mad though. They were just there perfectly. A lot of 8.10s. Black, how do you think that it was overshadowed by a terrible finish? I don't think it was overshadowed. I think it kept Big E looking strong. I picked Apollo to win as well, and I was worried about Big E after this match. Where does he go? Because we'll just go back to the New Day. I don't think so. So, but yeah, judging on this, yep. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 7.5. There's a lot of 8s and there's a lot of 7s. So we'll go 7.5 on this match. That's not a problem at all. I don't want to. Some of the matches, like there were good matches or great, you know what I mean. But 7.5 on that one. Moving on from there, and let me know at the end if I end up missing anything. I don't think I have though. We're gonna go with the Raw Women's Championship match. and this was Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. I thought the match was good. I thought the match was not great, but I thought it was really good. Big E headed to the Universal title picture now. Yeah, I just don't think when you lose, it was different with Bobby Lashley because he done it through the Miz. But when you lose your belt, heading to the title picture straight away is a bit weird for me. Especially with Cesaro and Nakamura on that card as well. I can see that Cesaro going that way more than anyone else. But yeah, for this match, Rhea Ripley versus Asuka, I think everyone's got the same feeling. The feeling I got for this match while I was watching it was the exact feeling I've had for Asuka's 7-month, 8-month title reign, which was meh. I say that month title reign is longer than that, isn't it? She won the title, and she got the title Raw after Money in the Bank. She got handed it by Becky, which does set up a storyline in the future. Becky come back, she's gonna say, "I didn't lose the title, I handed it over." But technically, Asuka already had the Money in the Bank contract. Well, she didn't. She had a. How did Asuka go home and not know that there was a belt in the briefcase? By the way, but anyway, lots of 7.10s. 7 out of 10s, 6.8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Is it wrong of me that I wasn't expecting more? I wasn't expecting more. 6.5 out of 10. It was a good start and really picked up. 7 out of 10. It was fine. I kind of put the belt on Rhea way too quick. I agree. Always felt like Asuka was a paper champion. It's not Asuka's fault. They just didn't put anything into her. Even like they had her fighting Alexa Bliss a few times, but didn't mean anything. Fighting Peyton Royce. Let me just have my say on this match a second. They treated Asuka, yeah. So don't spam the chat a minute because I'll miss what I'm going to say. But this match for me was wrestled in like, I think someone just said it there. Yeah, All Elite. It felt like it never got out of first gear. If the gears were out of 3 in this match, it just stayed at gear 2 for the whole match. I like the heel angle of Rhea screaming at Asuka Tanner to kick her more and stuff like that. If you just please take in what I'm going to say because I think it makes 100% sense, and I've thought this the whole time. Remember that the person who was on the way for this title in the first place seemed to be Lacey Evans. Now, I know a lot of people have probably forgot by now, but Lacey Evans, she got with Ric Flair. She had the storyline with Charlotte. They were supposed to have a match. And trust me, Lacey was going to win that match. And she was going to go on from there. She had a title shot set up for Asuka. And I think she would have won the title with Ric Flair in her corner. Then I think Rhea Ripley would have came to the main roster. She would have debuted. Charlotte would have said, listen, you ain't getting blah, 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 no title shot against Lacey Evans. I'm getting it first. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte would have had a feud. Maybe what would have lasted 2 or 3 matches. Charlotte would have won 1. Rhea would have won 1. They would have had a final one at like Fastlane. And then Rhea Ripley would have beat Charlotte clean. That would have put her over massive because obviously she lost last year to Charlotte. And then NXT, she lost in a triple threat match. It would have put Rhea Ripley over 100%. Her beating Charlotte and then going on to fight Lacey Evans. He would have still let Asuka not be beat by everybody because I don't think that's the right way to go. And then what would have happened is they would have got the WrestleMania match. It would have been Lacey Evans versus Rhea Ripley, and then Rhea Ripley would have came in and destroyed Lacey Evans. And yeah, that's what would have happened. And it would have been way better. It would have made Rhea look like even more of a monster because it's a weird feeling right now that even though she beat Asuka, no one seems to care. Like, I don't think anyone will care. I don't think anyone's going to go, you beat Asuka, so she's going to beat. I don't think anyone's going to do that. That's just my take on it. But Zen says, I feel bad for forgetting Lacey Evans. Don't worry about it, man. She's going to be having fun. She's going to have a baby coming and stuff like that. So it's kind of crazy. But one thing about Rhea, man, she'll put in the work and graft. You know what I mean? And I see that someone from NXT might turn up on Raw. So, you know what I mean? I'm hoping for like Adam Cole or someone like that. And from the women's division, Or to Io Shirai, but it'd be weird Io going up and trying to go straight after Rhea. So you know what I mean? That'll be mad. But, Rhea Ripley is the first woman to ever win all available women's singles titles. All available women's singles titles. There's not that many anyway, is there? there's only a couple. Available. What does that mean anyway? Because she hasn't won the SmackDown women's title. So Asuka, few that's like Bailey, Lana, wrecked her twice and dismissed her. Yeah, let's just be honest. They haven't booked Asuka right. NXT UK Women's Champion, NXT Women's Champion, and Raw Women's Champion. Yeah, but she hasn't won the SmackDown Women's Championship. And that singles title. She hasn't. Yeah, she hasn't. That's what I said. She hasn't won the SmackDown one. So NXT is wasting Johnny Gargano. I don't agree, but I do think that I actually thought he would have been on the main roster by now. I wouldn't mind them bringing up the whole way. To be honest, it would work. Lacey already forgot about. You see, everyone forgot about Lacey Evans. Brocky, I feel bad for Asuka, but Rhea needed to. No, I'm gonna be clear about this. Rhea had to win. She had to win the match. You can't lose like 2 WrestleManias in a row like the way she has, because she lost that WrestleMania, just went back to NXT and carried on wrestling. So, yeah. Did I give a rating for that one? I did, didn't I? Okay. Did I give it? I didn't. That was for the last one. So this one gets a 7 out of 10 for me. But from the chat, a lot of 7.5s, 7s, 7.3. I'll go with on this one. That's a fair rating. It didn't feel like more than that anyway. So, shout out to Lord of Darkness. How is NXT wasting Gargano? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's not. Why can't she lose 2 in a row? Bray has lost about 40 in a row. Well, first of all, that's not true. Bray has not lost 40 in a row at all. Bray under the Fiend gimmick hasn't had 40 matches. And the reason why she can't lose 2 in a row is because she she didn't even win the NXT title when that was going on. She lost. Charlotte had the title. She lost. Then she got a rematch, but it was a triple threat match. And then Io Shirai won. And then she didn't debut on the main roster, even though everyone thought she was going to do. So then she debuts, and the first thing she does is go for the title. Can you imagine her losing again? No one will care. So, and all right, but we're not talking. I'm not. You're trying to compare it to Bray Wyatt, bro. I'm not comparing. I'm comparing it to the other women. I'm not going to go through talking about her compared to the men who have been doing it for ages, and it doesn't hurt them losing. Like it does. Like take away the Fiend thing now. Apart from, I mean, I guess you can say the Undertaker one hurt Bray a little bit because he was supposed to be the new face of fear. But Bray's fine. You know what I mean? He's cemented. Rhea Ripley is not cemented as much as everyone thinks she should be. So anyway, I'm not going to keep going on to that. 7.3 out of 10 was the average on that. We're going to move on to the next one. Miles Jackson gives it 8.8 out of 10. Okay. I'm here for it because I know what's about to go down in the chat. The Fiend versus Randy Orton. Should I give my review first, or do you want to just start spamming the numbers in the chat? In fact, put all your numbers in first, and then we'll talk about it after. Let me put the ratings down first, and then I can do it. All Elite, come on, this is craziness now, man. It's 6 out of 10 there. 1 out of 10 is madness, bro. Like, come on, man. Are you telling me that match was worse than the tag team women's match? Come on, man. This is, bro. I'm not going to count. You know what? That's your opinion on that. Just after that, I don't, because people are acting like children, man. 8 out of 10, 4. I don't know why people hate. I don't know either. Like 7.7. See, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. I thought the match sucked and the ending too. So you think without the ending, the match sucked with the entrances, the spots, and the regular, like, okay, fair enough. I will say though, if you think that the match sucked without the ending, then you must think that every Fiend match has sucked so far because he's just done everything that he does all the time. Like I'm not making this. I'm not trying to single you out, but everything that the Fiend done in this match, forget the ending. Everything the Fiend done in this match is everything he always done. He done the neck snap. He done Randy Orton done the thingy when he drops him on the table. Like everything. All right. Shout out to the homies. Fiend versus Orton was a 7 for us. It's a 7 for me as well. And I'll let everyone know why. Entrance was headed for a really good story though, so I'm cool with it, I guess. Okay, I like this. The entrance was amazing. So, judging on what you gave, the entrance wasn't amazing enough. It didn't even. The whole thing got 1. So, what did you give the entrance? A 0.2. 5 out of 10 could have done differently. Okay, I'm excited for Raw. Yep. Do you think Brock will be back? Don't know. Don't. Yeah, man. A lot of love for A&B, man. You know them way there. Why was the goo on Alexa? You're telling me the Fiend kicked out of 11 curb stomps and still loses to 1 RKO. I don't think he works like that with the Fiend. It was based on the distraction and the story, but all right. Clearly he's going to have a story. Yeah, that's what I said as well, man. I mean, all it is. I think the massive Jack in the Box was a good idea. I like the Jack in the Box. I'm not a fan of the Fiend. I just like how he looks and his music. All right, fair enough. I'm not a fan of a lot of wrestlers, but I won't be giving them ones on this. Shout out to MB in the chat, big chat. And just amazing. I'd be expecting more horror in this. Shouldn't highlight. Okay, sorry, but how is buried by losing 1 match to Smarts? Okay. Didn't count the entrance as part of the match rating, so I'll give it a 3. Okay. All right, I'm going to go into my review of it. I've gave it a 7 already, and I'm going to tell you why I gave it a 7. We're going to talk about this. Actually, yeah, I'm going to give it a 7. Maybe a 7.5 but I'm going to go through it now. So don't spam anything while I'm giving my review on this because I won't see your comment because it's going to go up pretty fast. Okay. The reason why I gave this a 7 or 7.5, mainly because you had the story build up has been great. But, you know, let me judge it on WrestleMania alone because that will be unfair to do so. The entrances. Randy had his regular entrance. The Fiend had this great resurrection, rising from the ashes Phoenix entrance where he comes through some tunnel. And then it's like this fizzing motion of what he was like. And then he went back to normal. And it was like, let me in. And then it cuts from there. And you're like, yo, where is he though? Because then Alexa comes down to the ring. Then there's a massive Jack in the Box. And then she winds it up and she's got like these mad... if anyone watched Doctor Strange, Kai Silas has got this thing over his eyes. She had this mad pattern over her eyes. She works it up and the Fiend rises. And the way he addresses the crowd. And a lot of people didn't pick up on this. The noises what he was doing when he was shouting at the crowd was... that was a Luke Harper tribute, Brody Lee tribute. Also, I did say in the match as well, there's a part when he clotheslined Randy Orton. He done that as Luke Harper as well, so I thought that was a dope thing. The way the match started with him looking down at Randy looked petrified and he just jumped off on Randy, which was dope. The reason why I gave it the 7.5 is because the match in general, the wrestling moves from Fiend and stuff like that. The Fiend's matches, not Bray Wyatt, but the Fiend's matches are always going to be, if he just does his regular move sets and stuff like that, are always going to be around the 7 out of 10 for me because he doesn't change it up. And that's why his character's built like that. You know what I mean? There's a few moves that he does, and his whole thing is looking strong now. Clearly, throughout the match, he looked strong because when Randy threw him onto the table, he just bounced back up and stood there. There was no point in the match where he looked super weak until Alexa rose from the box, gestured to him, and he turned because he had Randy and the Sister Abigail ready to do it. And at that point was the only point in the match where he got weak. So that's why everyone's saying, oh, we kicked out of this many curb stomps and stuff like that. Well, there's clearly a story behind why he got done off the RKO. Alexa didn't say any words. She just gestured to him, and he looked startled. Now, I've just made a video. It's on the YouTube channel now, so when we finish this, go and watch it. Alexa Bliss versus The Fiend explained. I've put that in the chat already. I mean, on the YouTube channel. So please, when you've done that, go and watch it. Obviously, there's more to this story. Yes, I was shocked because I thought that it was going to be an end. I thought it was going to be an end to the long storyline at WrestleMania. And then as it got closer, I was like, how are they going to end it just like that? There was a bit of a thing as well. I was thinking the way Randy came to the ring in the white gear, it matched Edge's white gear in the final match, which like maybe is a coincidence, or maybe we're going to get Rated RKO back one more time. And I'm here for it. I know everyone's going to say, but why would he do that when they've had that feud, but they're both heel at the moment ish. Yeah, so I'll go with that. But yeah, that's the reason why I gave it. Now everyone's mad that The Fiend got pinned. The reason why I'm not mad anymore at stuff like that is because once Goldberg done it, I realized, okay, he doesn't need he doesn't need titles, and I've always said that Undertaker didn't need a move. I think Undertaker finished his career on maybe 7 world titles in a 30-year career, so that's enough for you. Also, yeah, once Goldberg beat him, that was gone from the not being pinned. Everything became about the story, him versus Braun. Like, does anyone know who won the match at Extreme Rules? No one knows. No one knows who won that match because him and Braun ended up in the water. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of them things going on, so I didn't mind that too much, and I know that it's part of something bigger. What I took from that, and like I said, I've done a video on it already, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but what I took from Alexa, she came to the ring with that thing over her eyes already, so when the thing changed, when she seemed to have transformed, it almost looked like she became the stronger one in this couple, in this partnership. It's almost like, I don't know if she's been using The Fiend to become stronger than him. The Fiend looked like he's seen something that he recognized, which for me in the chat I was going the whole time, is it Sister Abigail? Now, obviously, I'm not talking about Sister Abigail that Bray Wyatt's been talking about these last 8 years, 7 years, but it's a reincarnation. It's risen from the ashes. Remember at one point we had, I actually watched the promo today when Finn was cutting a promo and then Bray was on the screen and then he said Sister Abigail's alive and then Bray turned into Sister Abigail. And then we didn't see anything else after that. So it's almost like her soul's got into it. Kind of like, Chucky. He gives the little spell and stuff like that and he ends up in another doll's body. Charles Lee Ray. He's in a different doll's body. So that's what I took from it. And that's what I'm going to go with. I'm not going crazy like everyone else. Yes, everyone can have their opinions and stuff like that. It's wrestling. It doesn't bother me at all. But the way people were acting in the chat yesterday, the swearing and the I went on to Alexa's Instagram earlier and the stuff underneath, I'm like, there's some proper losers. There's a lot of guys who are proper losers. You're sulking like a little child because what you wanted to happen didn't happen. My thing is, I don't want anything to be predictable. That's the beauty of wrestling when I was growing up. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know that Austin was going to beat The Rock at WrestleMania 17. I didn't know Vince and Austin were going to join forces. All of them ladder matches between the Hardys and the Dudleys and Edge and Christian, I never knew who was going to win. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, I didn't know who was going to win. So I like it not being predictable. And it puts more eyes on Raw tonight and going forward. It makes better stories. And like I said, go and watch my video because I put something in there about Aleister Black and I really think, I'm not going to talk about it much in this, but she seemed to be wearing clothes what looked similar to Aleister Black. There was black stuff coming out of her. There was a black pentagram behind her. She was sitting like Aleister Black. If nothing comes of that, then it's a funny little Easter egg. But if it does, then that's what I'm saying. So, but yeah, there's a lot of comments with these ones. So let me get 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 7, 5 out of 10, 7, 8 out of 10. Well, yep. 6.5, 9 out. Okay, well, it's looking like 7.5 out of 10 is the average, which is fine. That's why I gave it anyway, to match itself. So let me put that down. But yeah. But please, guys, when this is over, go and watch my video. It's about 15 minutes long, but it needed to be that long to be explained. And obviously, I did say in my video that I always go to Bray Wyatt's Twitter after these matches just to see if he's put any Easter eggs, and he put a picture up of Samson and Delilah. And if you know that story where the Philistines paid Delilah to lure Samson in because he was in love with her, and then they cut his hair, which was his source of his powers. There's a lot of stuff like, has the Fiend been lured in? But we'll see. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Let's go on to when lose that foolish on that side, I'm seriously ready to punch man up. I don't like it at all. There's people that like I don't connect with in wrestling. There's people that I really care for sometimes. I don't want anyone to be getting hate on the videos. It's pathetic, man. It's honestly pathetic. Like, it's like watching a movie and then going over, like, if you didn't like Batman vs Superman, going over to Ben Affleck's page and they just scumbag, the movie was trash. There's no need, man. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, only watch the video after this. Savage, do you think they're doing a Fiend versus Fiend match and someone else in the Fiend mask? I don't think so, no. I know a lot of people keep thinking that Bo Dallas is the Fiend, but I'll tell you one thing, they might go with that in the future. But have you guys seen the body type difference in Bo Dallas and Braun? I mean, Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt. If you have, then you would know that clearly that's Bray Wyatt. But anyway, shout out to Ashton Fuller's got to go for his dinner. Shout out to you, bro. Enjoy your food, brother. Let's go on to the final match. What we're going to do, we'll take the ratings first, and then we'll talk about it. Let's get A and B, because this is wrestling family right here. Sudden turns commonplace in WWE. Paul Bearer did it to take a Bliss distraction, cause the Fiend to get pinned. It looked like she turned well. We'll get some explanation on Raw. Night 2 was drama. Yeah, I 100% agree. And I actually, when you watch my video, I said about Paul Bearer in that video as well. Yeah, dope. Shout out to you guys. I hope you enjoyed WrestleMania. What does Black Crown of Thorns symbolize? Well, the Samson and Delilah thing's from the Bible, isn't it? And thorn crown is from Jesus. So I think that's just a biblical thing, but there's a lot of I don't know, there's a lot of references there. But let's get into the love basketball 9.5. I think Sister Abigail takes Alexis for revenge of her death. You never know. I mean, Randy Orton didn't kill Sister Abigail. He just burnt down the last remnants of her, which was the cabin in the woods. Sister Abigail's been gone for a long time. So, yeah, let's get into the final match. Triple threat match. We're going to go with the scores first, and then we'll talk about it. So, Roman Reigns retained his Universal title. You can see the smile on my face. He retained his title against Edge and Daniel Bryan. And honestly, I don't need any swaying in this match. I don't need any swaying. Like I'm finding it very hard not to give it a 10 out of 10. I'm being deadly serious. The only reason why I'm not giving it 10 out of 10, I think, is because, well, you know what? It's about what I think, isn't it? As a wrestling fan, it's about if you're a fan of someone and they keep their title, surely that goes towards the mark, kind of. It's very hard because I'm trying to think of any other matches over the years that I've seen that I think are 10 out of 10 and does it hold weight. Put it this way. Yeah. I see this on the way people love Rock and Austin at WrestleMania 17. I see it on the same level. Because I don't have any complaints of the match, I'm going to do it. I gave Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks 9.5 out of 10. Did I give it 9.5? I gave it 9. Yeah, they got 9.5 on the ratings, but I gave it a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give it 9.5. And Roman won. That's my guy. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 9.5. Let's see what everyone else said in the chat, man. Let's see what everyone else. Okay, let me get it. 9.9 out of 10. He did his job. I still hate him, but I don't know who this is towards, bro, but all right. Always room for improvement. Yeah, I believe so as well. That's why I can't. 10 out of 10. I lost my voice in that match. 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. 9.25 out of 10. 10 out of 10 if Edge won. Fair enough. Yeah, that's John G. 9.5 out of 10. 9.9 out of 10. Triple threat, not full 10 because really was expecting Jimmy's return. Yeah, that if you watch my video, my reaction, I thought that when Jay came out, um I thought it was gonna be Jimmy to come out because he got battered at the beginning, Jay, but jeez, man. Roman Reigns, he's a great heel. He makes me so mad. Oh yeah, that's his job for real. Yeah, you're right. 10 out of 10. Oh mate, that crossface spot is so special to me. That's gonna go down in history. It's gonna go down in history. There was so much focus from Daniel Bryan on Edge and Daniel Bryan that they didn't even notice that Roman was passing out. And the headbutts from, I mean, Daniel started it with the hard headbutt, even the headbutt over the beautiful thing. You know, when you just put. I can't say enough great things about that. That was dope for me. It was absolutely incredible. That spot was great. The concerto. Did anyone realize what Daniel was saying to Edge when he was like, "Oh, you got a messed up neck, huh?" And then he grabbed him and started stamping on him, and he's stamping right on Roman's face when he done it as an Edge's. Oh, so much brilliant stuff in this match. The way it ended, the fact that Roman said on SmackDown, "I'm gonna smash him, I'm gonna stack him, and I'm gonna pin them 1, 2, 3," and he did. He actually stacked him. It was so good. It was so. I'm finding it very hard to think of a match I've watched in the last. Now that's my favorite match in the last however long. You know, I don't. Last decade, 2011, 12, 5 years. That's my favorite. Oh, Lord of Darkness says 100 out of 10. This was arguably the best main event we have seen since 2014 and 15. I think you're 100%. I think you're 100%. Martel, Jimmy needs to fall in line. He'll be back soon, man. Yeah, I thought Jimmy came back too. Yeah, man. He's low key. Roman looked like he was about to give Daniel another hand massage. Oh, stop it, bro. Why you have to put that in there, man? Yeah, that Heyman was hilarious throughout the whole thing. Can we give a special shout out, guys, to Jimmy? I mean, to Jay and Paul Heyman. Seriously, they've been great through this whole thing. They've been great for this whole thing. I would have loved that. If at the end of the match Jay brought out his Andre the Giant trophy, that would have been funny. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. AJ versus Finn Balor. You know about him in terms of matches. This match was better for me. Best match since the end of the era. I agree. The storytelling was top notch. Loved it, absolutely loved it. I think the best WrestleMania main events of 2014. Yeah, everyone's saying the same thing. And let me get the charger. Don't want the video to. Getting used to these running off these streams and that. Nearly lost just there. This display of violence from all three men. Oh man, somebody said in the chat yesterday, and if you said it, then I'm not trying to take your point like that. But in the chat, I seen somebody say, there's the story, what was told from all of these guys in terms of what they want from the match and how they want the title. But the story of all three of these guys coming from career-ending illnesses and injuries to headline a WrestleMania like this. Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and Edge would have years ago would never have pictured this. Seriously, in the last 3 years, these guys would never have known that this was going to happen. Daniel thought his career was over. He was ended up being SmackDown general manager. Edge for sure thought he was done. Roman and his leukemia thought he could have been over as well. And yeah, this comment here, Brother Nero. Even all the promos leading up to this match from every guy, promos on Talking Smack. The one from Edge I seen on the weekend, Edge and Paul was dope. Roman's in the ring. On all three of them, their promos on Friday Night SmackDown. Last week's one as well, Daniel Bryan. Even Daniel in the match snapping and not turning heel, but just becoming unhinged, and he had enough. I loved it. And from the chat, it's just a loads of 10s and 9.5. So if I'm going to do it fair, on average, I don't know, what do I do? So I'll just keep it as a 9.5. And there's not as many 10s, so. Please, I hope that they induct Paul Heyman into the Hall of Fame ASAP, like now. Do it now. Do it now. Deontay says, what should they do with WWE 2K22? Just make a decent game. I don't play it for. There don't need to be any tricks with the games. You make the wrestling great. Get rid of all them stupid glitches. Put all the matches on there, casket matches, everything, and just give us a great match. So. There's nobody on the current roster on the same level as Roman Reigns. I agree. Edge is on arguably what was going on in the ring, them guys, but yes, I agree. Did you hear Roman Reigns sucks where Roman was on the steps about to powerbomb? Yeah, I did, but that's for the first time he was getting booed because he was supposed to be getting booed because he's the master heel in this. And you could see it playing with his brain that people were booing him, and then he started going to the fans, acknowledge me. Oh, it's a beautiful thing, man. Brock is the only one I see making a huge threat to the Tribal Chief, but even then, I feel like Roman should get over. Yeah, I agree, but I'm going to just say this on the spot right now. I don't even talk about Brock in these videos anymore because I honestly don't see him coming back for a while. And I can't see Brock coming back without Paul to speak for him again. You know what I'm saying? But because we know that Brock's voice is horrible. Not his mic skills, his voice is horrible, bro. Paul! I'll see you this Sunday. You know them way there. Roman Reigns, man, yes, 100%. Can't mess with Brock and Roman stuff. Yeah, I don't care about I don't want it either. I love when the tribute to Luke Harper was beautiful, man. I love it. Without Roman Reigns on SmackDown, we wouldn't have a ratings increase for SmackDown. Yeah, and the fact that Roman brought that up was even doper. Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Edge 10-10-10. You know, the way there, Roman was about to give Daniel another powerbomb. The crowd yelling, the socks. Man looked like he was having flashbacks. Yeah, man was having flashbacks to that Royal Rumble. You know, the one when everyone was going to come to the network. 2004. Yeah. Paul Heyman should be executive producer. I don't know why Vince fired him. I wouldn't say he fired him. He just, changed his role. Fired him's a bit strong, but Paul can run everything, man. He's so good, bro. Yeah, but everyone forgets that. A lot of people don't know in the chat. Paul Heyman was running ECW. That was his company. He wasn't just there. So he does know what he's talking about. John G, do you think Savage, Becky Lynch returns tonight? I don't. And honestly, I don't mind anyway. But I don't think she returns. It's Edge, the only two-time Royal Rumble winner that couldn't capture a world title at WrestleMania. Maybe. I don't know. Well, I mean, Austin's won it twice. And I think Shawn as well. And he's won the title at WrestleMania. Edge. Don't know. New Harper will be so proud. I agree. But yeah, that was what did we give? That was a 9.5. So I'm going to add it all up now, guys, because quick maths and all that. And then I will give you the ratings for the whole show. Sorry, Savage, but I have to get off because it's my last day in Tampa Bay. Have a great day. Hope to see you soon, Savage Wyatt. Like that. Shout out to Alexa. Peace. Them way there. Love. Would Edge, Christian, Hardy, Johnson, and Randy on Showcase. Oh, I didn't think. Sorry, bro. I actually forgot about Showcase. Showcase is one of my favorite things on the WWE 2K games, but they go too quick. I find them too easy. Like I'm pretty good at the game, and I find it too easy. Brock versus Roman matches are never great anyway. Brock always does that thing where he performs heavy cushion elbow. Yeah, I actually like the WrestleMania 31 match though. Before Seth came in, I love the whole thing. Savage, you streaming Raw. I am streaming Raw tonight. Watch along, so make sure you're there. I've already put the schedule up, so make sure you're there for the Raw watch along. This is the reason why I'm going to jump off here as quick as I can. I wouldn't be surprised if Alexa Bliss doesn't explain to people what happened. That's normally the way. Bray done it with the Hell in a Cell match the last time as well. So, KSI, are you streaming the shows now? No, I'm not. I've got like I know a lot of people think that YouTube's the only thing I do. I'm got my hands in all the pots, you know what I mean? Photography, videography, video creation for other people, video management. Can't tell you who I manage, but video management, YouTube, personal training. There's I've got my hand in loads of pots, but you know, like that. But yeah, let me get this. I'm not trying to ignore anyone. I'm just gonna add everything up and then give it an average. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 5, 8.5. 7.5. 7.3. 7.3. At 9.5. Shout out to everyone in the chat. No, I don't manage Wrestling Days, man. Shout out to Wrestling Days. I don't think he likes me though for some reason. Like, not that I don't think he likes me, but I used to try and like. Obviously, I've been doing this channel, but I'm always showing other people love. So I'll go in someone else's chat and then try and get. But I can see like people looking at my questions and whatever I put in and it's ignoring me. I don't like that, man. As soon as you ignore me, I bounce, bro. I don't, like that. So do your thing and that. But he's killing it on his channel, to be fair. But yeah, some people don't want, and he's from the same city as me as well. You know what I mean? So there's been no collab talk and all that business, even though I put a message on his thing before we should collab, and he was like, yeah, and then nothing. So whatever, life. 8.5. 6. Sorry about this, guys. I'll be done very soon. The way I've wrote these down is a bit mad. 7.5. 9.5 equals boy 14. Okay, I've done it. Hold on, let me get what's everyone saying. Public service and Brock Lesnar would squash him. Eric Travis Savage. What next for Edge? Possibly Edge versus Bryan. I think so. Also, I reckon that rated R superstar thing, we can definitely do that. You know, like that when we're there. So, I want Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley rivalry, cost Rhea matches for a title shot. Yeah, I don't want her to do it just yet. If she's going to be doing that storyline with Bray, then I don't want her to go for a title because we know what happens. These people don't need titles. Brother Nero, where you hear that? Days versus Savage in a debate. Nah, don't even make this a thing. I honestly don't care. I don't care for numbers. I'll collab with someone who's got 10 subscribers. I'll collab with someone who's got 1 million. Ask anyone in the chat. Ask Love for Basketball. Ask Zen. I'm showing everyone love. I'll post your stuff. I'll put it on a community page. You seen we had me and A and B conversation. We had a nice one on here. WrestleMania UK. I'll do like for me. It's just about just showing love for people that have, you know what I mean, I think are doing great things, and numbers don't prove that you're doing great things. And I know that's for sure because that's why people do so well on TikTok. It's not the numbers inflate people's head and make them think they're doing better than they are. But you know what I mean? You might just click on one thing what you find funny and all of a sudden the numbers go up. There's YouTube videos where there's got like 70 million views and it might be a cat pretend like singing or something like that. Yeah, but does everyone find that the channel amazing? No. Channel could have 10 subscribers and you know what I mean? So that's how it goes. I don't really care. Savage, you ever met any YouTubers? Not face to face. Actually, well, in the wrestling community, no. Face to face, KSI, and can't think of anyone else. There might be people who were in like actors or football or something and got a YouTube channel now, and no one met them. But I mean, because there's a couple of wrestlers who I've met and they've got YouTube channels, if that counts. But you think Oscar is taking time off Savage? I would if I was her, and then come back heel. Savage should collab with Elite. I actually don't know who that is, bro. Collab with Pro Wrestling Savage. You already know it's love. Yeah, I mean, it's one of them. I love your channel, and like I said, I don't go around looking for numbers and stuff like that. It's just if I like you, let's do it. You know what I mean? If there's respect there, let's do it. But yeah, I mean, it's one of them ones. Should AJ go to? No way. Both you go and I know really. Oh, okay. Well, post something over there so I can know who he is, or send me his channel link and I'll go check it out, man. So I think the Fiend is a 5 out of 10 win that stuff. I'm a huge fan of the Fiend, and I was mad at what culture were laughing. I met AJ Styles, dope. How do you come up with all these random? Come back as Kana Savage for Oscar. Yeah, I mean, YouTube channel still called Kana TV, so it's there. Edge will destroy Daniel Bryan. I don't mind, man. That Edge Unhinged is dope, man. But we're about to finish up because I've got Raw to do later on, so I need to do something with my life in between. You know the way there. Miss Io Shirai debut tonight. I hope she doesn't. I hope she doesn't debut because I don't. After what they've just done to Oscar, what's going to happen? Imagine Io Shirai debuts and then it goes after Rhea. We've just seen that on NXT. You know what I'm saying? But do you guys want to find out what the average of the show was of WrestleMania? Can anyone guess? Guess in the chat now. Put your rating in for the whole WrestleMania show, night 1 and night 2 together. I've got it right here written down. So Martel, it's all love, bro. It's all love. Savage Chief, you know the way. Savage, do you see my comment above about Alexa will explain the actions? Yeah, I answered. I said that I don't think she will, and I don't think she has to. But I think we might get a Firefly Funhouse. Throw Savage A combos, Savage Y, the Olympian Gable Stevenson. He's dope. That's why. He's dope, man. Any Brock Lesnar returns? I don't believe so. 8.8. Nima thinks 8. Nima, you're actually really close. I want Io Shirai on SmackDown. Yeah, if she does debut, I'd rather her on SmackDown. Donna Music 10 out of 10. Brock Hyde 10 out of 10. So the rating is, and this is based on the chat. I've added up everyone's numbers. Brother Nero is pretty close as well. The official ratings from the Demon Team for WrestleMania 37 is an 8.4 out of 10. 8 point. You can't even see it, can you? No, you can't. But it's an 8.4. And thinking about it now, that's actually a pretty good rating. It's actually a really good rating. That puts this WrestleMania up there with the good ones. Not all of them are dope. Dro says, mate, I don't know. I think he's going to go to NXT first. Do you watch Ring of Honor? I do watch Ring of Honor. I watch loads. I watch loads of indie stuff as well. So Brock needs more coming back. Yeah, he does. He does, and it's a lot of money, man. Coming out of a pandemic, paying Brock 500,000, 600,000 for one appearance where he doesn't talk Paul does. That's crazy. But yeah, WrestleMania 37 got an 8.4 out of 10. I think that's a perfect rating for it because initially I thought it was an 8 out of 10 anyway. So she didn't even turn on in WWE. Said the theme was devoting himself to Alexa and then got RKO'd. We're gonna find out, guys. If you're staying up to watch Monday Night Raw, then you might as well stay up and come over to Pro Wrestling Savage and do the watch along with me. But yeah, I'm about to head off because, like I said, you know them way there. I've been streaming all week and not much sleep. I haven't slept since WrestleMania anyway, so they will continue the rivalry, I do believe so. But guys, I'm going now. But do me a favor, go and head over to Pro Wrestling. You're already on my YouTube channel now, so you might as well go to videos. The last video I posted it when we started this, so I'm here for it. Oh yeah, 4 a.m. in Iran. That's a killer still. Why does Olympian Roman match last night? No, I don't think he should have done that. Where's Killian Dane? Killian Dane was on NXT Takeover. Yeah, he fought against. Well, the one anyway. Him and Maverick. The fought against Breezango. But yeah, I'm about to head out, guys. It's been a beautiful thing. WrestleMania was dope. I love doing it with you guys. Let's hit Raw, watch along. Let's talk. And yeah, man, we're doing this. Until then, I've been your boy, Good to Savage. Comment, like, subscribe. Check out the video I've just dropped in The Fiend and Alexa Bliss Explained. Have fun with it. Post in the comment section what you think. And until then, run.